So friends, when will Donald Trump's trial in Washington, D.C. begin? His prosecution for attempting to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. When will it start? Well, it looks like maybe a little earlier than expected. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, I was in court recently in federal district court in Washington, D.C. for a status hearing in one of Donald Trump's many criminal cases. This is the one in which he's indicted for trying to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election. This is the case in which Judge Tanya Chutkan is the presiding judge. And Judge Chutkan had set the trial date for March 4th. And at this recent status hearing, Donald Trump's defense attorney was urging the judge to continue or postpone the trial and set a trial date after the November 2024 presidential election. And Judge Chutkan said in response, and I quote, "This trial will not yield to an election cycle." Well, Judge Chutkan just put an exclamation point on that proclamation, that promise. Here is the new reporting from the Washington Post. Headline, "Jury selection in Trump's D.C. criminal trial set to start February 9." And that article begins, "A federal judge has scheduled jury selection to begin February 9 in former President Donald Trump's Washington, D.C. trial on charges of seeking to subvert the results of the 2020 election. U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan set the date for hundreds of district residents to be summoned to the federal courthouse to complete a written questionnaire about the case. The historic trial for the country's 45th president, who is also a leading candidate for the GOP presidential nomination in 2024, is set to begin March 4 after in-person questioning by prosecutors, Trump's defense attorneys, and the judge. Trump is still seeking to postpone the trial, arguing, among other things, that it raises novel and historic legal questions, such as his claim that former presidents remain absolutely immune from criminal prosecution after leaving the White House." Now, friends, first, let me do away with this nonsensical assertion that a former president of the United States is absolutely immune from prosecution. He's not. There is no law, there is no statute, there is no precedent, no case law, and there is no constitutional principle supporting the assertion that a former president is absolutely immune from prosecution. That claim is disinformation. It is untrue. Now, let's turn to the trial date. Judge Chutkan had previously set the trial date as March 4th, but it now looks like jury selection will really begin in earnest nearly a month sooner, February 9th. That demonstrates an absolute determination on the part of the judge that this trial will go as set on March 4th. And that is a damn good thing, because we, the people, are more than ready for our fair trial. Because that's right, the defendant has a right to a fair trial, but the people also have a right to a fair trial. And boy, are we ready for our fair trial. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned. Have a great weekend. and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.